We asked 50 gamers on which game they spent the most money on, including DLC.
Well, if we're talking about actual games that came out, you could say Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. If we're being realistic, it's Star Citizen. There's probably a million submissions right now going Star Citizen. And if there isn't, half of them are liars.
Definitely Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies, specifically on like the DLCs.
This is another Call of Duty, and this was Black Ops 3. It was the last Call of Duty I said spent any money on DLCs for. The supply drop system obviously returned. That supply drop system was not very good, let's be honest. No one liked it, no one wanted it. Thank God it was gone after Infinite Warfare. That game, I spent hundreds upon hundreds of Great British pounds on that game, and I regret all of it. Not the DLCs though, but the supply drops, I regret that greatly.
The most money I've spent on was Dota 2 on Steam, which is somewhere between 500 to 600 euros, and it was all spent for sets, Battle Pass, Compendium, I guess. Dota is an amazing game, man!
Total War Warhammer 2 and Total War Warhammer, the first one. 2 had more DLCs, so I bought all of them, and I also bought all the DLCs for the first game. Oh gosh, and I also bought like the DLCs from other Total War series. But I think both the Warhammer, like Total War Warhammer games had the most DLCs, and I bought all of them. And now I am waiting for the DLCs for Total War Warhammer 3. So yeah, I would say Total War Warhammer.
Far Cry 6 was the most recent game that I bought, and I'm planning on buying a DLC for it. The Voss DLC, because he's my favorite villain. So I'm saying that's probably the most one. I don't typically buy a bunch of DLCs or buy really expensive video games.
League of Legends. It's kinda hard to say that I spent a couple of thousands of dollars on a free game, but yeah. I love those skins.
Rainbow Six Siege. Anyone who knows me personally knows that Dokebi is my waifu. She is literally the only character I've actually spent money on to get an elite skin for. I love Rainbow Six Siege. I'll spend money on that all day.
That would be a toss-up between Overwatch and Destiny 2. Not my finest moment.
The most money spent on a game is a common tale for everyone. It's an Electronic Arts game. Sims 2 or Sims 3. Either one of those Sims games, I bought a lot of expansion packs and stuff packs and things like that. And you're paying basically full game prices for every single DLC. And it adds up when you have 10 or 15 of those. So The Sims by far is my most money sunk in a video game.
Me in my youth, I spent so much money on Mass Effect 3. The multiplayer, which I did not expect to like. I'm not really a multiplayer kind of guy. I mainly play single player games. And I spent so much time on Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, and I fully went all in on the loot box system and everything that was in it. God, I would assume hundreds. Just buying packs and things, hoping that I would get the characters that I wanted to get or the guns that I needed to buy. Honestly, I don't regret a thing. It's one of the few titles that I did not care how much money I spent. I just fully enjoyed it.
Very easy answer. It's gonna be Final Fantasy 14. I play with my friends, a lot of friends. We do a lot of role playing, and I spend so much money on cosmetic, fashion, mounts, subscription, and DLCs too. It's just like a never-ending loop of spending money. But I still love the game, so I will keep spending money on that game until they close or shut down the server.
Without a doubt, Rock Band. I paid $180 to have Rock Band 2 imported there because you couldn't get it where I live. Then there was the instruments there, getting replacement instruments there, better instruments there, replacing guitars, hooking up a real keyboard there to play Rock Band 3, trying to beat scores, attack systems there and beat score. Settings there to unlock clothing options there in Rock Band 3.
The most money I spent was CSGO. I spent the money buying skins, and I regret doing that.
I've probably spent the most money on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you count all the unopened amiibo I bought. I don't have every one of them yet, but I definitely have all the main ones before DLC, including Wii Fit Trainer, which is considered rare. There's several $100s worth here, and once I do get them all, it should easily be $1,000. if it isn't already. Now, if you don't count amiibo figures, then there are also games I spent a lot of money on for collecting purposes. I've spent a few $100s on some of these NES games, and Little Samson alone was over $1,000. Canadian dollars, that is.
Probably would be either Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, since the game costs 2k local value, and I admit I'm guilty of buying a few weapon packs in it. Or it would be Payday 2, since the game also costs a lot and had a lot of DLCs, and as I remember I bought it without a discount, so it's pretty high value.
Battlefield 2042. I unfortunately really like the Battlefield series, and I thought that mean Battlefield 2042 would be great. So I spent $120 on it, and it turned out to be absolutely terrible. Worst game decision I've ever made.
Probably Fallout 4. I remember I refused to fork out the money at the start that gives you all future DLC, so I just kept buying the DLCs when they dropped. So I think Fallout 4 might be the one.
Oh, Fallout New Vegas, baby, yeah. Bought all the DLCs, Dead Many and many others.
I'm kind of ashamed to say, but I think the game I've spent the most money on would now be Valorant. I play that game every single day. I mean, it's a free game. It's kind of unique. It's very toxic, and the skins are incredibly expensive, but I think they look cool, and you know, it's definitely the game I've spent the most money on today.
The most I spent on a video game would have to be Black Ops 4, because I had all of the COD games, Call of Duty Black Ops 1, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I wanted to get 3 and 4 to kind of complete it. So yeah, I think that's why I got them.
I would say Destiny 2. It was a really nice game. It was really fun.
I hesitate to even admit to this, but Jump Force. I got the deluxe edition of Jump Force, $99.99. I haven't even beaten the actual campaign of the story yet. I just stopped playing it. Biggest waste of money ever.
Destiny. Destiny. Between both Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, I have bought every single DLC. And I bought a couple cosmetics, and I want to make my hunter get some of that drip, I've played everything from vanilla Destiny 1 to Dark Below to House of Wolves, which was my favorite in D1, to all the way to Rise of Iron. And then D2, I'm still playing that game to this day and just still streaming that game weekly.
Probably the most money I've spent on a game would probably be Fallout 4. I really enjoy the Fallout series. I haven't spent much money on it. Aside from the base game, I've probably put maybe an additional $100, $200 into it. Not much.
Destiny 2. I like Destiny 2, but I've spent way too much money on that. I've bought every single DLC for it since its release. I have bought every season of content. I've spent money on the ornaments in that game. It's saddening how much money I've spent on that game. I like the game. I have a good time playing with my friends. I like doing raids. I like doing dungeons. All that good stuff. But I've spent way too much money on it.
I spent a silly amount of money in Apex, probably on things I don't even need. And it sucks because I usually end up regretting it because I don't get the thing I want. But yeah, I've spent a silly amount on loot boxes in that game, or just general cosmetics that are in their store. They make cool cosmetics and everything, but I mainly always just want their heirlooms because they're just so cool to look at and everything. And it's whenever there's some sort of ultra rare thing that I can get, even if I have to spend my own money, I'm gonna try and get it, as bad as that sounds. I just really want it if it's an ultra rare thing, and so I have eventually gotten my heirloom, but that hasn't satiated my spending spree on Apex, so I don't know what will. I guess if they just keep making really bad skins or something. But yeah, Apex Legends is my money spending game, I guess, for better or for worse.
Dota 2. And I regret every minute I spent.
CSGO, I like pixels, what can I say?
I'm a dicker too! Again, okay, let's go again. Oh my god! This is for bloopers!